There is a need in our community for a universal change. And it has to start with the man. Being a man of God means being a man possessed of the knowledge, the spirit, and the power of God, anointed to do his will. To build a people, you first must make man. Every man, no matter what his color, no matter what his race, every man, in order to be a man, must be a man of God, or he's not a man at all. Let us make man. We have to press the government for reparations. Listen, as long as you ask for a job, and they don't have them these days, but they can promise it. You're going along to get along. Do you know why Elijah Muhammad put on the back page of Muhammad Speaks? We want freedom, full and complete freedom. We want justice. We want equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally to all, regardless of creed or class or color. We want equality. We want equality of opportunity, and we want equal membership in society with the best in civilized society. But then in point number 4, he says we believe that those of us whose parents, have been here for 400 years, and we believe that you offered us integration as a hypocritical trick to make us believe that our 400-year-old enemy has now become our friend. We believe that this is the time in history for separation. And he said, since we can't get along with you in peace, then we think what we've contributed to America, we should have some of this earth that we can call our own. So we need 8 or 10 states with an outlet to the sea. And we want you to supply our needs in this separate territory for the next 20 or 25 years until we can go for ourselves. Now, I had a talk at Harvard with that man, the senator that died, Moynihan. He had talked about birth control among blacks, and I went to Harvard and we had a little debate, and I told Mr. Moynihan that, we wanted to be separated from you. We don't see you giving us no justice. So we want some of this earth that we can call our own. And I was telling him that we were willing to go into underbrush and cut the underbrush down and fell the trees and build a nation of our own. And I was telling the Honorable Elijah Muhammad what I told Moynihan. He said, stop, you was doing all right till you got to that part. He said, you don't tell a white man that you're willing to go back and cut no underbrush. We already did that once. If we have to do it again, that's not progress. Hell no. Get out of the cities and the towns that we helped you build. Go and find some other state to move in. You move out, we move in. Now wait a minute. You say, oh, come on, Farrakhan, that's a pipe dream. Well, damn, you better put it in your pipe then. You better start smoking what this is. Because that mess that you talking ain't making no damn sense.
That's right.
You gonna wait around here another 100 years so they can bamboozle you some more?
That's right. Right.
He said, well, 8 or 10 states, let them go out, we go in, and let them take care of us in that separate territory for the next 20 to 25 years. You say, oh, come on, Farrakhan, they won't do that. Listen, they've been taking care of Israel for 55 years. They've given Israel over 100 billion of your tax dollars, and Israel haven't done nothing for them. You mean to tell me we who built the country, we who bled and died to maintain the country, we who gave it art and culture and seasoning, and you know we can't get along with you in peace as long as we want equal justice? Hell no, we can't wait for you to change.
Right.
We want a nation. We want to be able to prepare a future for our children. We don't need no rich middle class of Negroes who can't do nothing for the masses of our people. We need land and territory that we can call our own. So reparation got to be on the agenda. We need land, Mr. President. You got all this Federal Reserve land. What you reserving it for? Yeah, we need cash. Hell yeah, print some more. To you in your foolish state, what are you going to do with $20, $30, $40, $50,000 but give it right back to the enemy? It ain't about money. It's about that which will prepare a future for you and your children. You're not going to be on welfare for the rest of your life. You're not going to be out here scrounging and begging white people for a job for the rest of your life. But if you got land that you can build a real world out of it for yourself. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, well, I put it there. They may never give it to you. He said, but I want you to know what justice looks like.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So they won't offer you a white woman and a few dollars and you think we made it.
Don't get so cold like that.
Some of you Negroes will sell our people out.
That's right, sir. That's right.
For just a little position with white people. You won't sell us out.
No, sir.
You'll be buying your funeral.
Go ahead.
The future of our people is not to be compromised. It would be better that you were dropped in the bottom of the sea with a millstone around your neck to betray the legitimate aspirations of our people. We got to come out from among them. We got to leave Pharaoh. Leave him. The hell with it. Leave it. Force him to tell you, nigga, I ain't giving you nothing. If you put it on the table strong enough, he'll come out of his bag. See, today he's smiling. Hi, brother, how are you? See? But if you say, no, wait, no, smile, no pat on the back. Yeah, let's talk about reparation here. Okay? Then you see him change. Face get red. He opened his mouth and these teeth turn into fangs. Horns come up. Say, now look, we'll give you a monument for the slaves. We'll even help you Negroes have a museum on the mall in Washington. But we'll be damned if we're going to give you anything. Say, well, fine. You're not going to give us nothing, and we're not going to give you nothing. We ain't joining your army. We're coming out of it. We ain't paying no taxes to support a system that's against us. Hell no. See, now you're throwing down the gauntlet. Now either God is real or we don't need him. God damn it, if God can't come to our defense, who the hell need a God that won't fight for us? Yeah. So all you scared to death niggas that think that God ain't real, God be God. Come on, man. And stand up for us like you stood up for the children of Israel.
Yes, sir. Come on.
I don't represent no punk God.
No, sir. No, sir.
I represent a God that make rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes. I represent a God that has power over the forces of nature. I represent a God that can turn men's minds to thinking and doing as he pleases. And he real, he ain't no damn spook. So all of you that fear the white man as a God beside Allah, get the hell over here. I'm willing to die for the righteousness and the freedom of black people. And I'm not no damn fool. Keep on your feet. This is a day of separation.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Y'all not gonna be together.
That's right.
Damn. Hell and set up heaven right on earth. And it's so simple. We have a project that we are working on. We call it Project Steal Away, an FOI and MGT financial freedom plan. We want every brother and every sister within the next year to be able to say, I do not work for white folks anymore. I work for myself. Now look. Do you realize what it takes to build a hospital? Do you realize what it takes to build a university? You can't build a hospital and a university. You can't buy tens of thousands of acres of land to feed our people if we're just gonna wait on the little money you make from the white man to give a little charitable donation. We'll be around here for the next 1,000 years talking about building a school or a hospital. Do you realize that if we took this financial freedom plan and said, look, I'm really going to try and work for myself. I'm going to use my life in a better way. I'm going to stop believing that there's some mystery God that's going to change reality for me. I'm going to change the reality in my own life. Brother, when you start thinking like that, you will start using the power of your own self, and you'll see that you got all the power you need to change reality. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, the fire of the sun is the life and the energy that energizes our universe. He said the fire of the sun is in all of us. So that means you got light, you got power. It just has to be turned on, activated. Now just think with me in the closing minutes of this lecture, what damage it does to your mind to think that there's a mystery God. Check this out. I'm at home and I'm hungry. My children are hungry. And I go in my next room and I pray, Lord, give us this day our daily bread. Amen. And I come out and sit down. Children, don't worry. The Lord is going to take care of everything. You keep on sitting there.
nothing, praying that the Lord will give you some daily bread. See, if you and your family don't starve to death, waiting on the Lord. But if you went in your room and said, Lord, give us this day our daily bread. And I know you're going to do it because you got control over conditions. So now, Lord, I'm going to work in my wheat field. I'm plowing it up. And I'm planting wheat because you can't have bread without wheat or flour. So I'm doing my part. Then God sends the clouds with the rain, and the earth does its part. And before you know it, I got a field of wheat, and I grind the wheat into flour, and then I make me some daily bread. I'm not talking about daily the mayor giving you bread. I'm talking about you going to work daily producing your own bread. If you sit around and wait for a mystery God, you're going to be poor, ragged, hungry, naked, and out of doors. Any of you Muslims who call yourself followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they're still working for the Caucasian and still planning to stay there with him. You don't follow the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. If you follow the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you know that the white man is going to dump black people, and he already has dumped a great portion of us. He doesn't have no more jobs for our young men. So what are we going to do? Allow our young men to be swallowed up selling drugs? Or are we going to call our young men and say, no, we got to go to work and create jobs for ourselves? I'm saying steal away. If you can't walk away, steal away, and let's go on and do something for ourselves.
She wants black and brown bodies. Now you're useful. They don't give a doggone about how black lives matter until they want to use black lives to accomplish their wicked ends. They're trying to provoke Iran. I would like to say to the President, Mr. President, it would not be a wise move for you, because you're already $23 trillion in debt, and you don't have any money to prosecute a war. So if you don't have the money to prosecute a war, the Federal Reserve is printing money every day. So you will have to come to the Federal Reserve to borrow money that you don't have to prosecute a war in a time when any little thing could cause the dollar to fall and the stocks to fall. In 1962, have taken Africa. Africa right now is gone. Do you know what they're doing? The Africans and third world countries want to develop. They don't have the money. So here comes the United States
behind the IMF, the World Bank, Federal Reserve. Come, we'll give you some money. Here is $1 billion. And they hold that carrot out. Then they say, wait. You must devalue your currency. And just think of this for a minute. Devalue your currency. Now, what is current? Bring that picture out here, brother. What time is it?
These are 2 letters. Okay.
I'm almost there. Can you sit with me a few more minutes? I'd just like for you to, they're going to stand here and hold this. This is the serpent that has deceived the whole world. We'll get to him in just a minute. Stay right there, brothers. Now, currency, and current. Current is the flow of electricity from a source to that which receives it. And when that which receives current receives it, it is power to create motion, light, heat, and energy. To diminish the current is to diminish the power coming from the source, then less light, less heat, less energy, less motion. So when the IMF says devalue your currency, they're literally weakening that nation's ability to provide strongly for itself. Now the IMF says after you devalue your currency, you must privatize. This is in the name of a global economy. You must privatize. Now look at this privatization. Privatize means you must sell off the things that government owns as representative of the people, so that private companies can buy your gold mines, your uranium, buy even your means of electricity, gas and water, so that outsiders now come in to buy, then they own the means of production of wealth in that country. So the whole country is working for the IMF, the World Bank, and behind the loan is America buying these people so that when she needs a vote in the United Nations, they will vote with her or punk out and abstain. Africa is gone. They're enslaved now by debt. You see new roads being built, but the price of the new road is that they've given up the gold. They've given up oil concessions. In Mexico, when America bailed out Mexico, they tied the bailout to Pemex, which is the oil producer in Mexico. But the Mexicans were smart. They paid the loan off, but still in debt. You know why Nigeria is a rogue state? Do you know why Libya is a rogue state? Do you know why China is not looked at too well?
Listen, there are human rights violations in every country, including this one. That's not the reason that Nigeria is a rogue state. When have white people cared about black people killing each other? Listen to me. They say Abacha killed the Ogoni 9. That's all. We should put sanctions on him. He killed the Ogoni 9. Yeah? When have you cared? More than 9 may have died last night in Chicago. You haven't said anything about blacks killing each other. You're not in the ghettos trying to get us to be more humane. You know why they're saying that Nigeria is a rogue nation? Because Nigeria refuses to borrow any money from the IMF and the World Bank, and 40% of their staff in Nigeria had to go home because Nigeria refused to borrow any money from them. So when Nigeria refuses to borrow, then through careful manipulation of the economy, they can strengthen the Nigerian naira, its currency. Libya won't borrow no money from the IMF. China ain't borrowing any money. We're developing our economy. The IMF is the new slave maker, the World Bank. I talked with a highly placed banker in Saudi Arabia. When I mentioned this, that this is a form of slavery, he didn't deny it. He said, brother, we're only trying to diminish the effects. We don't know how to stop it. But suppose the Muslim world decided to tie their currency to gold so that they would not be the victim of a floating currency that can go up and down at somebody's whim. But if they tied it to gold as a stable anchor for currency, then they could break probably the back of these world serpents.
All right, greetings everyone. How's everyone doing? It's your brother, FardMac, the Supreme Max, the CEO and founder of FardMoney Network, and I'm also a student and a member of the Nation of Islam under the guidance and leadership of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So we want to just get started in the proper manner. We got a powerful broadcast for you tonight. This is our Separation and Independent broadcast that we started a couple years ago, but we kind of got away from it this year due to time constraints, but we are striving to bring it back every Thursday. And this is where we go into and we highlight the digital final call and we talk about separation and independence, because we got to separate first before we can be independent. And we in FardMoney Network, we all about independence, and we feel like getting financially independent in the 21st century should be of the utmost goal, the utmost achievement that everybody that looks like me, that are my people, whether you're in America, whether you're outside America, this is what we should be going for. Because as you heard the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan break down what the banking system is doing, why we need to separate, he broke all of that down. But before we go over all of that, today's topic, since we are still in the month of July, I did want to do this right around the 4th of July. However, didn't get to it, but we got it for you today. We wanted to ask this question. Does the Nation of Islam celebrate the 4th of July? Now, we're going to go over that in just a minute. All right, but let me open up in the proper manner. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, who appeared in the person of Master FardMoney, the great Mahdi, Allah, God in person. He came 9,000 miles from the holy city of Mecca in Saudi Arabia, and he came over here in 1930. We're going to get out to this. And he met a man, and he taught and trained a man, and he intervened in our affairs because we was no longer in physical bondage in 1930, but we was in a spiritual, we was in a mental bondage, we was in an economic, financial bondage. So he came to free us and save us from that, and he did just that. But he prepared a weapon for us. He prepared one that had a heart like his, one that could take, one that was humble, one that was meek, but one that was strong and a soldier and a warrior that could take everything that will be put on him by us, by the government, and by the ones in power. And I'm talking about none other than the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the baddest black man that ever walked the planet besides God himself. And he's so strong, he went to prison to establish Islam in America for nearly 5 years, and he did not commit one crime. And they didn't even charge him with a crime. They charged him for draft dodging to go to the war, World War II. But he had already passed the age limit. The age limit was 45. He was 45. But they sent him anyway, and they let him sit in jail from executive order from the president. You got to be a black man if the president of the United States say, get him off the streets. This is an executive order. Get him off the streets. Then you know you's a bad, hey, shut your mouth when the government come at you like this, right? But he said in that he did that. And he came out and he was stronger. And the Nation of Islam took off for another 25 years. But we had a setback. We had a fall in 1975 where everybody thought that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was dead. But in 1966, he wrote a letter to our brother Jibril Muhammad, who at that name was named Bernard X. Kushmir. He wrote a letter to him in 1966, detailing to him about his escape from a death plot. Hey, this is just stuff that happens. All right. So Brother Jibril wrote a book about it, wrote many books about it. All right. And he got in his main book that he talked about it, Is it possible that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad is still physically alive? You can go to our bookstore, find a call bookstore, and you can get that book. And you can order it. And he has the letter actually written by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, dated 1966. I forget the month and the actual day, talking about his escape from a death plot. But we think he dead. All right. So the nation fell due to agents, due to hypocrites, but ultimately it was due to Allah causing it to fall. He set it in motion for it to fall because the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad knew it was going to fall. But we are here standing to you today. We are talking about these two men, Master FardMoney and the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And we have the books of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We have the Supreme Wisdom Lessons. We have the flag. We have Muhammad University of Islam. We have Mars Marion. We have Muhammad Farm because of the faith of one man. And that one man stood up in September 1977 to rebuild his father's work. And he did just that. And I'm talking about none other than my spiritual father, the man that I want to be like morally, spiritually, submissive. I want to focus, dedicated, determined to see our people go free. Every day I want to be like him. I don't want to be him because I could never be him, but I want to be like him when it comes to morals, when it comes to principles, when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to handling people how you want to be handled. I want to be like my teacher, my father, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And I also want to be a warrior and a soldier like him. And I also want to be a revolutionary like him. All right? So, we are here today talking about the nation because of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Make no mistake about it. He is the Messiah in our midst in this time. All you got to do, Christians, Muslims, Jews, all you got to do is learn how to compare Scripture, learn how to read Scripture, learn how to understand that it's a prophetic book. It was written in advance. We the original man. We do everything right and exact. We write our history in advance. We don't write our history after we do it. We write it before we do it, and then we walk into it. And that's what we're doing right now, right here in America, and we see it going on around the world. So I want to greet y'all with the greeting words of peace of paradise. Assalamu alaikum. Now, before we get in our topic and we answer this question here, we do have some books. Tuesday, it slipped my mind. I was so crunk up that I forgot to mention. Now, the Moshe Muhammad published this book in 1973, The Fall of America. And in this book, that you can get for literally like $5 or $7, he is detailing in this book what's happening right now. Not just in America, but the world. You need to get this book, and you need to read it. And he giving you the interpretation. See, it's one thing for us to say I believe in the Bible, I believe in Jesus, I believe in Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, I believe in this, I believe in Moses, I believe in Aaron, I believe in Abraham. All right. Well, none of us living in those times of those prophets, right? And they was prophets. Prophets, Messiah, and Christ are different. See, they're not the same. A prophet is moonlight. He comes in the absence of God telling you about God is coming. See, the Messiah and the Christ, they come from God, taught and trained by the God, and they come in his presence. So they don't tell you about his coming. They tell you about his presence. And this is the most distinction thing that separates the Nation of Islam from any other organization, any other religious group, any other revolutionary, or whatever we want to call it, group on the planet. Why? Because we say that God is present. God is a man, and that man, Master FardMoney, who you see behind me, right? Who you see behind me, he did that. He is that man. He is the supreme being. To be God in person, you got to have more wisdom and more power than anybody else on the planet. And he has proved that. How did he prove it? Well, because the most powerfulest man before the coming of Master FardMoney was the Zionist Jew, created by a black man by the name of Yaqub, that grafted the Caucasian race from the black race. This is a scientific fact. Nobody can argue this. They won't even argue that. All right? We know that. And until the coming of Master FardMoney, and not only did he make one man with the knowledge and the power to not only condemn America, move around in America, and America couldn't do nothing with, but he also was liberating and raising us up all at the same time. But he didn't just do that with the Moshe Muhammad. Because in 75, the Moshe Muhammad was perceived to be dead. And the nation took a fall, a complete fall, and everything was gone for 30 months. But through the power and the wisdom of Master FardMoney, he brought it back through the minister. He brought the Moshe Muhammad back in the body of the minister, Minister Louis Farrakhan, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. These are just facts we have to deal with. All right? And since then, the government hasn't been able to do anything with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, but lie on this man. And they make you believe the lie. That's one thing about it. That's why they keep repeating the lie. Because listen, if you say something about my character and I ask you to prove it, you say I'm racist, prove it. You say I'm a bigot, prove it. You say I'm homophobic, prove it. You say I'm an anti-Semite, prove it. If I don't take it, I tell you to prove it. And you won't come to the table. You won't come for a debate and not even come for a dialogue. Then everybody should know. Well, you just talking then. Why? Because he calling you out. Prove it. We can prove that the Zionist Jew is anti-black. We got the history. We got the history. And we can prove to you, not only that, but we can prove that they not even Semitic at all. Woo, we get deep with it. They don't come from that part over there. They don't come from the east, where the Semitic people speak the Semitic languages at. That ain't where they come from. All right? Yeah. And they know that. That's why they won't argue that. So they running around saying they the children of Israel. And they got some land over there in Jerusalem called Israel. That's why ain't no peace over there. In America, in your tax dollars, our tax dollars, my tax dollars, support Israel. Right now, to this day, been doing it since 1948. And we can't get a dime of reparation. They won't give us 1 mile of land over here that we can call our own. This separation and independence. Do you want to separate? It's the only solution. Huh? It's the only solution. We don't know it was a lure in the storm or something had happened. And we wasn't seeing the police killing too many blacks like that, right? But then within a twinkling of an eye, they crunk it right back up. We just blink. And next thing you know, 3, 4, 5 brothers dead. Running from the police. Throw it in the back of a police car, in the back of a police van with handcuffs on, ain't strapped down. The police break his neck. Black man. That happened in Connecticut. Huh? Then we got our brother shot 60-some times. Huh? But we can't get no justice. So what did the minister say? Well, if we can't get justice, we ain't paying no taxes to support no damn government that don't support us and won't give us no freedom, justice, and equality. And when my wife heard the man say that, she said, who following Farrakhan? Who following him? Because this is what he said. This is what the Most Honorable Muhammad wrote on the back page of the Final Call newspaper. Used to be Muhammad Speaks. Now, the Final Call. That's what he said. If we can't get no justice, if the federal government ain't going to come to our aid, then we should be exempt from taxation. So we ain't getting no justice, right? So why you running around still talking about taxes? Ooh, this thing get deep. Who want to do it? Huh? Like the Bible say in the book of Revelation, who want to take on the beast? So you can't be no punk and walk with Farrakhan. Huh? You can't be no sissy and be with the Most Honorable Muhammad. Because we taking on the beast for you. Just don't get in our way. If you don't want to come get down and join us, just don't get in our way. Don't come out and defend them. Don't you come out and defend them. All right? So, yeah, this separation and independence, so we got to wake you up. We got to get you crunk. We got to get you, make you think. So, you go get the fall of America. Listen, I say we got the history about the Zionist Jew and what they did to us in the role, the major role that they played in the transatlantic slave trade that brought us over here in America. Jews selling black. We got this. The Jews at auction sales, how they used to sell us. We got it documented right here. We got it documented. Then it don't stop there. Oh, we got the secret relationship between blacks and Jews. This is volume 2. This is a 3-volume book right here. This is volume 2. How Jews gain control of the black American economy. Volume 3. The Leo Frank case, the lynching of a guilty man. Huh? Yeah. So you get this and read this and you learn about some real history with us in America. All right? This one here going to tell you how they set up the banking system. This one here going to tell you why we can't get reparations. Huh? Because they don't want to give us no land. See, when we came off the plantation in 1865, so-called, they knew we couldn't go free. They promised us 40 acres and a mule, but they didn't give it to us. So who got it? The Jews came over here and got our goddamn land. And they over there in Israel running around like that. This is identity theft. This is why they tell you to stay away from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Stay away from the Nation of Islam. You can go and be a damn Sunni. You can go be a Sunni, right? The Sunni don't have the power to resurrect you. They don't have the power to make you stand up and be yourself. See, Islam is the black man and woman. It's our nature. See, when you tap into this Islam that come from these men behind me, that the Nation of Islam teach, the pureness of Islam, it's your nature. You can't do nothing but stand up and be a damn God. Because if you a Muslim, you one who's made secure. All right? Ain't no insecurity with you. All right? And you can't be a slave because you don't have no fear. No. You can't be a slave no more because you fear them. You done seen and believe in just the arm of God, and you understand that this man don't got no power over your life. Only what you give him. All right? So my wife heard the minister say that about the tax. She said, who following this man? Well, I'm one that's striving to follow this man. You feel what I'm saying? Damn, all that you're going to threaten me with. I come out of prison to Islam. What are you going to threaten me with? Can't threaten me with that. Right? Been there, done that. Ain't threaten me with that. What are you going to threaten me with? You feel what I'm saying? These are the soldiers. These are the warriors. This is the spirit of the Joshua generation that they talk about. Huh? Well, the young folks going to come up. See, that's why the scriptures tell you, old men for counsel, young men for war. Why? Because we don't have no fear. So you just counsel us on help us, try to help guide us and steer us in the right direction. All right? But don't come with that sideways talk. Because we ain't scratching what we don't itch. We ain't doing none of that. We ain't doing no buck dancing, no boot licking. We ain't watering down nothing. We ain't doing none of that. Ain't no watering down no truth. Ain't no pacifying no truth. None of that. All right? If it's going to go down, then let it go down. But hey, let me answer this question. All right? Let me answer this question. Whew. Does the Nation of Islam celebrate the 4th of July? That's a no and yes. And why do I answer it like that? No, we don't celebrate the first 4th of July that majority of us know about and that that majority of the people in America celebrate. We don't celebrate the first 4th of July, which is 1776, when America got her independence from England and became a Soviet nation, and the first 13 states, colonies, was formed. July the 4th, 1776. No, we do not celebrate that. We celebrate July the 4th, 1930, on the coming and the revealing and the appearance of God, Allah in person, the great Mahdi, Master Fard Muhammad's arrival and making himself known in Black Bottom, Detroit. That's the 4th of July we celebrate. So to the question, the answer to the question, no and yes. We don't celebrate the white man's, America's Independence Day. Why? Because in 1776, our ancestors were slaves on the plantation. So that is not for us. But when Master Fard Muhammad came and taught us the science to what they had kept away from us, taught us about ourselves, gave us the knowledge that they can't defeat, then we was able to really celebrate our independence. Because you can't be independent until you got superior wisdom and knowledge to the one that you're trying to get independence from. Huh? See, America knew how to set up, the founding fathers of America, they knew how to set up a world kind of pattern after England, but they made America better than England and more powerful than England, right? They more powerful than England right now, even though they brothers, right? Y'all understand that? So when they set it up and got there and declared, see, you can't just say, see, the enemy can't make us free. He can't give us independence. We got to declare independence. So Allah came and declared. He made a declaration of our independence because he brought us superior knowledge that will not, if applied right and understood right, that the enemy could never rule us again. Independence. That's why you didn't see the Most Honorable Muhammad get ruled. Oh, way they put him in prison. So what? He didn't back down. He didn't stop the faith. He didn't stop teaching Islam. And the nation didn't stop going back then. Because the sisters kept it going. Led by Mother Clara Muhammad. May Allah be pleased with her. Kept it going. While he was in there. And when he came home. See, the reason, if you've been in the feds, or if you in the feds right now, or if you in the state prison, the reason you even got a hold of Quran in there is because of the Most Honorable Muhammad. I don't care what you think you are Sunni. There wasn't no damn Sunni Muslims over here. There wasn't no Orthodox Muslims over here in no 1930, no 1940, no 1950. Well, none of that over here. Either you was a Moor Science Temple Muslim or you was in the Nation of Islam back then. But the reason it's a Quran in the federal prison system right now, in the state prison system right now, that's because of the Most Honorable Muhammad. So don't you disrespect your father. The reason you're walking around with all these holy names, all these Arabic names, all these attributes of Allah right now, because of the Most Honorable Muhammad, he paid that price. You ain't paid a damn thing, and a Sunni Orthodox Muslim ain't paid a damn thing. That's why they come over here and set up these convenience stores, and they selling pork, weed, drug paraphernalia, all type of trash that's against the Holy Quran. And you got the nerve to tell us you don't like the Muslims, you don't deal with the Muslims, and you go and spend all your money with the fake Muslims. Damn hypocrites. You're a damn hypocrite. Damn unlearned hypocrite. That's what you is, right? You got the nerve to tell us that you won't buy a $2 newspaper that's for you, by you. And that's what you got the nerve to tell us. I had a brother, I had a young brother tell us that the other day. The brother told me he don't, because he said we don't believe in the Jesus he believe in. So he told us he don't support us. That's what he told me. But he worked for the Arabs at a fast food restaurant. I said, bro, you work for the Arabs. They don't believe in Jesus at all, but you work for the Arabs, though. You know what I'm saying? They don't get a stronger support than that. Oh, I'm just saying that's different. How is it different? Explain it. Can you explain it? Why you ain't working for your Christian people? All right? Explain it. A hell of a thing, boy. But listen, yeah, we celebrate it. And we celebrate it because this is God coming in person. This is what he did. He established the Nation of Islam in the West. He brought us freedom, justice, and equality. And he brought us two men to lead us to freedom, to lead us to justice, to lead us out of America. That's why the Nation of Islam is the only game in town when it comes to fighting the United States of America. We're the only game in town. We're the last thing left. Ain't nothing left after us. All right? And the enemy know it. And the enemy know it. We set up the independent schools. We got the farm. We got the independent newspaper. You're looking at it. There ain't no articles in here from nobody outside the nation. This ours. The government can't tell us what to put on this cover. Huh? Yeah. This ain't just black owned. This is black operated, black owned, black published, black manufactured. This is everything black. Yeah. It's an independent newspaper. And it's international. So if we want to put you on the cover in a good way, we can do that. Because it's ours. The enemy don't have no say-so on this paper here. In the information, in the articles that goes into this paper. All right? So, this was the issue from 3 weeks ago. And this was our 4th of July issue. And we want to just take a look at some of the things going on in the paper. So that's the FOI and the MGT working cheerfully. Right? Grand Rapids, Michigan. Serving the community, doing what we do. Far Rockaway, New York. Richmond, Virginia. Lancaster, Pennsylvania. New York. Compton, California. Oakland, California. So the nation, we out. And we out in the community. And we doing what it do. Because it's going to take knowledge. It's going to take wisdom. It's going to take understanding. It's going to take positivity. It's going to take unity to save us. So we got to have the love for one another. All right? But let's go to the Muslim program. What we say to you, what we believe in. Right? Matter of fact, let's go through it all to close out this stream. This was put in Muhammad's speech by the Muslim Muhammad. And let us go over this. And we're going to close this broadcast out with this right here. The Muslim program, the Muslim Muhammad. What the Muslims want and what the Muslims believe. This is the question asked most frequently by both the whites and the blacks. The answer to this question I shall state as simply as possible. This is the Muslim Muhammad talking. 1, we want freedom. We want a full and complete freedom. You don't agree with that? 2, we want justice. Equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally to all, regardless of creed, our class, our color. Do you agree with that? 3, we want equality of opportunity. We want equal membership in society with the best in civilized society. 3, do you agree with that? 4, we want our people in America whose parents or grandparents were descendants from slaves to be allowed to establish a separate state, a territory of their own, either on this continent or elsewhere. We believe that our former slave masters are obligated to provide such land and that the area must be fertile and minerally rich. We believe that our former slave masters are obligated to maintain and supply our needs in this separate territory for the next 20 to 25 years until we are able to produce and supply our own needs. Since we cannot get along with them in peace and equality, after giving them 400 years of our sweat and blood and receiving in return some of the worst treatment human beings have ever experienced, we believe our contributions to this land in the suffering forced upon us by white America justifies our demand for complete separation and a state, a territory of our own. Number 5, we want freedom for all believers of Islam now held in federal prisons. We want freedom for all black men and women now under death sentence in innumerable prisons in the North as well as the South. We want every black man and woman to have the freedom to accept or reject being separated from the slave master's children and establish a land of their own. We know that the above plan for the solution of the black and white conflict is the best and only solution to the problem between the two people, complete separation. Number 6, We want an immediate end to the police brutality and mobs attack against the so-called Negroes throughout the United States. We believe that the federal government should intercede to see that black men and women tried in white courts receive justice in accordance with the law of the land, or allow us to build a new nation for ourselves, dedicated to justice, freedom, and liberty. Number 7, as long as we are not allowed to establish a state or territory of our own, we demand not only equal justice under the laws of the United States, but equal employment opportunities now. We do not believe that after 400 years of free or nearly free labor, sweat and blood, which has helped America become rich and powerful, that so many thousands of black people should have to subsist on relief, charity, or live in poor houses. Number 8, we want the government of the United States to exempt our people from all taxation as long as we are deprived of equal justice under the laws of the land. Do you agree with that? Number 9, we want equal education, but separate schools up to 16 for boys and 18 for girls, on the condition that the girls be sent to women's colleges and universities. We want all black children educated, taught, and trained by their own teachers. Under such schooling system, we believe we will make a better nation of people. The United States government should provide free all necessary textbooks and equipment, schools and college buildings. The Muslim teachers should be left free to teach and train their people in the way of righteousness, decency, and self-respect. Number 10, we believe that intermarriage or race mixing should be prohibited. We want the religion of Islam taught without hindrance or suppression. These are some of the things that we, the Muslims, want for our people in North America. Let me read that one again. These are some of the things that we, the Muslims, want for our people in North America. It didn't say for Muslims, it said for our people. What do Muslims believe? We believe in the one God. Number 1, we believe in the one God whose proper name is Allah. Number 2, we believe in the Holy Quran and the scriptures of all the prophets of God. Number 3, we believe in the truth of the Bible, but we believe that it has been tampered with and must be reinterpreted so that mankind will not be snared by the falsehoods that have been added to it. Woo! Number 4, we believe in Allah's prophets and the scriptures they brought to the people. Number 5, we believe in the resurrection of the dead, not in physical resurrection, but in mental resurrection. We believe that the so-called Negroes are most in need of mental resurrection. Therefore, they will be resurrected first. Furthermore, we believe we are the people of God's choice, as it has been written that God will choose the rejected and the despised. Who can find no other persons fitting, we can find no other persons fitting this description in these last days more than the so-called Negroes in America. We believe in the resurrection of the righteous. Number 6, we believe in the judgment. We believe this first judgment will take place as God revealed in America, happening now. Number 7, we believe this is the time in history for the separation of the so-called Negroes and the so-called white Americans. We believe the black man should be freed in name as well as in fact. By this, we mean that he should be freed from the names imposed upon him by his former slave masters, names which identify him as being the slave master's slave. We believe that if we are free indeed, we should go in our own people's name, the black peoples of the earth. Number 8, we believe in justice for all, whether in God or not. We believe as others that we are due equal justice as human beings. We believe in equality as a nation of equals. We do not believe that we are equal with our slave masters in the status of freed slaves. That's an oxymoron. How you going to be free and a slave at the same time? Free slave. You can't even put that together like that. We recognize and respect American citizens as independent peoples and we respect their laws which govern this nation. Number 9, we believe that the offer of integration is hypocritical and is made by those who are trying to deceive the black people into believing that their 400-year-old open enemies of freedom, justice, and equality are all of a sudden their friends. Furthermore, we believe that such deception is intended to prevent black people from realizing that the time in history has arrived for the separation from the whites of this nation. If the white peoples are truthful about their professed friendship towards the so-called Negroes, they can prove it by dividing up America with their slaves. We do not believe that America will ever be able to furnish enough jobs for her own millions of unemployed, in addition to jobs for the 20 million black people as well. Number 10, we believe that we who declare ourselves to be righteous Muslims should not participate in wars which take the lives of human beings. We do not believe this nation should force us to take part in such wars, but we have nothing to gain from it unless America agrees to give us the necessary territory wherein we may have something to fight for. Woo. Number 11, we believe our women should be respected and protected as the women of other nationalities are respected and protected. Number 12, point number 12. This is why we're here. This is why we're doing this stream. We believe that Allah God appeared in the person of Master W. FardMoney, July 1930, the long-awaited Messiah of the Christians and the Mahdi of the Muslims. We believe further and lastly that Allah is God, and besides him there is no God, and he will bring about a universal government of peace wherein we all can live in peace together. Muhammad lives, he lives, family. That's what the Muslims want, that's what the Muslims believe, and that's why we got our own constitution. That's our constitution right there, the nation program, the Muslim program. And if you don't consider yourself a Muslim, then that might don't be talking about you, but we want you to decide. Do you want to go with us or do you want to stay here? Because this is the time and this is the place of God's judgment on the world, and this is the time of complete separation from the righteous and the wicked, from the good and the bad. This is that time right now. We are fulfilling the scriptures written in advance. Bible in the Holy Quran. But before we go, we're going to let the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan tell you one more time, if you missed it, about our stance and about why we preach separation and why that's our agenda, and that agenda will not change. See y'all on the next stream. Oh, before we go, the announcements. If you want to support the Final Call newspaper and get you a digital subscription, text FCN to 727-342-2881. That's 727-342-2881. And you can get you a physical subscription for 12 issues. The paper costs $2. So for 12 issues, which would be, well, really we're going to give you 13. 13 issues. Digital is $25. And for if you want it mailed to you through your address, it will be for 13 issues, it will be $40. And the extra is to pay for the shipping and handling mailing cost. So however you want it, you can get it straight to your mail, digital, or you can get it, your email, or you can get it from your post office. We can mail you the physical copy of the Final Call, or we can mail you the digital copy. But you want to get it so you can participate in, you can get this knowledge, you can get the understanding, you can get the #1 product of the nation, and you can not only support the nation, but be supporting your brother, Fard Mahdi, as well. Then if you want to just donate to the nation, $10, $2, $3, $4, $1, 50 cents, $50, $100, right? If you want to donate to us, then you can go donate at www.economicblueprint.org, and that helps us get farmland, helps us get supplies for the farmland, help us get more farmland so we can produce more food so we can feed more of our people over here in North America. And if you want to partake in Project Exodus 10,000, where we are showing people how to get financially free and obtain financial independence in a short time, we have a decentralized system for you. You can text 10K to join the team and to get started and take control of your finances. Text 10K to 833-549-2079. That is 10K to 833-549-2079 so you can get the information that you need so you can see what we're doing in Project Exodus 10,000 and how we are exiting out and taking control of our money and taking our power back. So with that being said, family, thank y'all for tuning in, but we're going to let these two clips of the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan that we played at the beginning, we're going to end it on this note one more time and let him explain to you what I just read. With that being said, family, thank y'all. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, FardMoney, please do so. See y'all on the next stream.
We have to press the government for reparations. Listen, as long as you ask for a job, and they don't have them these days, but they can promise it. You're going along to get along. Do you know why Elijah Muhammad put on the back page of Muhammad Speaks? We want freedom, full and complete freedom. We want justice. We want equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally to all, regardless of creed or class or color. We want equality. We want equality of opportunity, and we want equal membership in society with the best in civilized society. But then in point number 4, he says we believe that those of us whose parents, have been here for 400 years, and we believe that you have offered us integration as a hypocritical trick to make us believe that our 400-year-old enemy has now become our friend. We believe that this is the time in history for separation. And he said, since we can't get along with you in peace, see, then we think what we've contributed to America, we should have some of this earth that we can call our own. So we need 8 or 10 states with an outlet to the sea. And we want you to supply our needs in this separate territory for the next 20 or 25 years until we can go for ourselves. Now, I had a talk at Harvard with that man, the senator that died, Moynihan. He had talked about birth control among blacks, and I went to Harvard and we had a little debate, and I told Mr. Moynihan that, we wanted to be separated from you. We don't see you giving us no justice. So we want some of this earth that we can call our own. And I was telling him that we were willing to go into underbrush and cut the underbrush down and fell the trees and build a nation of our own. And I was telling the Honorable Elijah Muhammad what I told Moynihan. He said, stop, you was doing all right till you got to that part. Say, you don't tell the white man that you're willing to go back and cut no underbrush. We already did that once. If we have to do it again, that's not progress. Hell no. Get out of the cities and the towns that we helped you build. Go and find some other state to move in. You move out, we move in. Now wait a minute. You say, oh, come on, Farrakhan, that's a pipe dream. Well, damn, you better put it in your pipe then. You better start smoking what this is. Because that mess that you talking ain't making no damn sense.
That's right. That's right.
You gonna wait around here another 100 years so they can bamboozle you some more?
That's right. Right.
He said, well, 8 or 10 states, let them go out, we go in, and let them take care of us in that separate territory for the next 20 to 25 years. You say, oh, come on, Farrakhan, they won't do that. Listen, they've been taking care of Israel for 55 years. They've given Israel over $100 billion of your tax and Israel haven't done nothing for them. You mean to tell me we who built the country, we who fought, bled and died to maintain the country, we who gave it art and culture and seasoning, and you know we can't get along with you in peace as long as we want equal justice? Hell no, we can't wait for you to change.
Right.
We want a nation. We want to be able to prepare a future for our children. We don't need no rich middle class of Negroes who can't do nothing for the masses of our people. We need land and territory that we can call our own. So reparation got to be on the agenda. We need land, Mr. President. You got all this Federal Reserve land. What you reserving it for? Yeah, we need cash. Hell yeah, print some more. To you in your foolish state, what are you going to do with $20, $30, $40, $50,000 but give it right back to the enemy? It ain't about money. It's about that which will prepare a future for you and your children. You're not going to be on welfare for the rest of your life. You're not going to be out here scrounging and begging white people for a job for the rest of your life. But if you got land that you can build a real world out of it for yourself. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, well, I put it there. They may never give it to you. He said, but I want you to know what justice looks like. So they won't offer you a white woman and a few dollars and you think we made it. Some of you Negroes will sell our people out for just a little position with white people. You won't sell us out. You'll be buying your funeral. The future of our people is not to be compromised. It would be better that you were dropped in the bottom of the sea with a millstone around your neck to betray the legitimate aspirations of our people. We got to come out from among them. We got to leave Pharaoh. Leave him. The hell with him. Leave him. Force him to tell you, nigga, I ain't giving you nothing. If you put it on the table strong enough, he'll come out of his bag. See, today he's smiling. Hi, brother, how are you? See? But if you say, no, wait, no, smile, no pat on the back. Yeah, let's talk about reparation here. Okay? Then you see him change. Face get red. He opened his mouth and these teeth turn into fangs. Horns come up. Say, now look, we'll give you a monument for the slaves. We'll even help you Negroes have a museum on the mall in Washington. But we'll be damned if we're going to give you anything. Say, well, fine. You're not going to give us nothing, and we're not going to give you nothing. We ain't joining your army. We're coming out of it. We ain't paying no taxes to support a system that's against us. Hell no. See, now you're throwing down the gauntlet. Now either God is real or we don't need him. God damn it, if God can't come to our defense, who the hell need a God that won't fight for us? So all you scared to death niggas that think that God ain't real, we gonna prove that he's real, cause we calling this cracker out. God damn it, come on out then. And if God be God, then stand up for us like you stood up for the children of Israel. Yes, sir. Come on. I don't represent represent no punk God.
No, sir. No, sir.
I represent a God that make rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes. I represent a God that has power over the forces of nature. I represent a God that can turn men's minds to thinking and doing as He pleases. And He real, He ain't no damn spook. So all of you that fear the white man as a God beside Allah, get the hell over here. I'm willing to die for the righteousness and the freedom of black people. And I'm not no damn fool. Keep on your feet. This is a day of separation. Go ahead. Y'all not gonna be together. That's right. Damn. That's why I asked them to show you the wheels.
Yes, sir.
Because I've also asked Allah to send them over here.
Yes, sir.
Just to confirm what I've said today.
Yes, sir.
That the man that I'm representing to you, those two men, they are the masters of the wheels.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't even look like a plane, does it? Yes.
I don't know what the this is, but whatever it is not a plane, and this is moving fast.
I'm telling you, those aren't planes.
There.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
UFO, you got it. You got
I'm
it.
recording right now. I'm recording. Look.
UFO over Southside. Hey, yo, what the fuck is that?
See how it's moving?
Nobody else looking at this? No, nobody else see this?
I'm getting it.
UFO! UFO motherfucking O! Get the fuck out of here! That is a UFO, y'all. Hey, what? Hey, we don't have that stop in midair. We don't have that stop in midair.
UFO. It's still there. It is not a helicopter. Helicopters don't maneuver like that. Now it's going back up. Hey, look it, it's going back up.
When I close down in the garden,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
the God will do some work.
Yes, sir.
Not no lantern, bro.
that defies logic.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. It looks like a damn UFO.
Why is it supposed to... Where's it going?
I know I'm not tripping. Outside my window.
Una especie de objetos voladores no identificados, llámense ovnis, cambiando de colores. Son 5.
Que porra é isso, hein?
Eu sei.
Não, drone não?
É não, na altura dessa. Tá vendo?
Acabar é o mundo aí, viu? Cadeira danada, velho.
Tem uma luzinha piscando, ó.
UFO 啊，是什么东西啊？这个是怎么在跑啊？
There is a need in our community for a universal change. And it has to start with the man. Being a man of God means being a man possessed of the knowledge, the spirit, and the power of God, anointed to do His will. To build a people, you first must make man. Every man, no matter what his color, no matter what his race,